Good evening, everyone. I'm Prince Magnum, the host of the Prince Magnum channel. Welcome to Indie. Tonight it's going to be kind of a serious topic. This is going to be a very short live stream, but one that needs to be done. It has to be done, and many of you are going to have questions. What's going on, Adam? Um, we're going to cross some bridges real quick tonight. We're going to talk about a couple of things that just need to be talked about. And um, tomorrow's live stream, normally on Wednesdays, we will live stream something. It just depends on what I'm feeling. But the Prince Magnum channel and several other YouTube channels, several Twitch channels, a lot of content creators across the board. Oh, no, that's all good. It's all good, Adam. I understand. Well, absolutely. And Miss Kelly is one of the ones that actually knows what's going on. So I'm going to clue you all in. All right. And I love the name change, Kelly. I love it. Love it. Let me clue you in on what's going on for tomorrow. Or maybe I know for Adam, it's already today. So many content creators will not be live streaming and will not be uploading videos uh, as of September 1st for a whole 24 hours. This is in response to this is actually a straight up protest to Twitch, and it's a straight up protest um, to YouTube as well, because there's several of us that are here on YouTube, are also over on Twitch, and several other platforms are also getting involved. And let me clue you in on what's going on. This protest, why we're refusing to do content, is because there's been a lot of girl streamers, content creators, basically female gamers that have been streaming and and have been trolled by they're tired of the trolls. Well, some of us have also decided, like myself, to throw in members of the LGBTQIA plus community, and there are some content creators that they just don't have the thick skin, and they're not exactly prepared to deal with trolls. Which, regardless of how you want to look at it, trolling, whether it's on YouTube, trolling on TikTok, trolling on Twitter, I don't care the platform. Okay, what's going on, Mr. Isolationist Network, Jamie? We're uh, Jamie, you're. I don't know if you know about it. The protest, the content creator protest that's happening September 1st. I am taking part in it. I will not be streaming. Well, we're getting to that, Adam. Listen closely, okay? All of us content creators that are involved in this are sick and tired of the girl gaming streamers, and for that matter, myself. I'm throwing in members of the LGBTQIA because I'm an ally. Um, that's not sound effects that you're used to hearing in the streams now. Didn't know about it. Okay. We're basically, a lot of us are not going to upload content. We're not uploading a single freaking video. Okay. Before midnight, I'm going to be loading one of my TikTok videos on Cinnamon. That's it. Okay. Yeah. I'm throwing, and what it boils down to is a lot of us content creators have started view. I mean, I'm thick skinned and I can take, I could take it. Okay. I personally don't care what a trolley troll has to say, because obviously at that point, if they're spending their time trying to harass me, they have no life. And if they're going to make me their life, I just consider, I pity them, because thank you so much, Jamie. At that point, to me, they're they're so low they could sit on a piece of toilet paper and their feet would dangle. Okay, so to me, that's just how I view it. I really don't care. Um, but for a lot of content creators out there, they're not equipped to handle that. So at that point, what doesn't necessarily bother me will bother another content creator, okay? And at that point, it becomes, in my opinion, and I know a lot of other content creators feel this way, this is why there's a protest going on. A lot of other content creators absolutely 110% feel that it has become hate speech, okay? Now, here in the United States, absolutely. Absolutely. It shouldn't be the norm where someone, honestly, if it's one of those things, if you're not enjoying the content, move on, that sort of thing. So, right now, here in the United States where I live, it's almost 10 p.m. Okay. At midnight tonight, the Prince Magnum channel will not upload any content or do any live streams. We will not be present on any platform whatsoever. Ever. I don't care if it's Twitch, YouTube, because I've even been live streamed over on Twitch as a guest on other people's. I will not upload a single TikTok video for 24 hours. I will not do any content whatsoever because regardless if YouTube is paying me or not, my content will lead someone else to somebody else's content, and I'm not doing it because there needs to be action. And what action should all of us content creators want from our platform? Number one, okay, there needs to be strict rules on this, okay? If you're here in the United States, hate speech is hate speech. I don't care, okay? And I don't care if you think freedom of speech is okay. What about the person's freedom to not have to deal with that hate speech? Period, okay? So we have, the content creators have rights too. The other thing that needs to be recognized from this protest is there needs to actually be what's going on zero. We're kind of covering. There you go. We're covering what needs to happen in this protest. Number two, what needs to happen in this protest is all of the platforms that we work off of. I don't care if it's Twitch, Facebook, whatever. Okay, I don't care what streaming platform. All of them need to get together and start working with the VPN companies, okay? And if it is, you know, if a content creator or their moderators report someone for hate speech, basically that user's name needs to be under a subpoena by a prosecuting attorney of some sort. It needs to be basically they need to be brought up on charges because there will be a record of it. The troll, they need to be brought up on charges. The VPN companies need to willfully, without even need of a subpoena, to give that IP address. The person needs to be arrested and brought up on charges of a hate crime. Yes, all of that needs to go. And most importantly, even if the person isn't convicted, okay, I still believe that YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, I don't care. Name your platform needs to not just ban the person, but ban their IP address. That way, they can't just go make a duplicate account and continue to keep doing what they're doing. They need to actually, and the here in the United States, I don't know how it is over in other countries, but I know here in the United States, a commercial company has the right to refuse. What's going on, J Dog? Does have the right to refuse services to. Oh wow, yeah. Um, so there needs to be, like I said, I'm thick-skinned. I really don't care. There you go, J Dog. I really don't care. Um, you know, I really don't. It's one of those things. I don't care what another person has to say. When it's hateful. When someone says something nice and compliments me, of course I care. But when someone is being hateful, like what we've been seeing from the troll community, Obviously, the doxing, that's not okay. Because content creators, as we get bigger and become more recognizable, we do have our private lives, and we are entitled to our private lives. As a matter of fact, we mentioned this in a video not too long ago. Uh, Famous content creator Markiplier, both on Twitch and over on YouTube, has every now and again has to actually relocate because people will find him and just bug the hell out of him. So he has to move regularly. This should not even be a thing. And the trolley troll stuff basically just needs to stop. Okay. So the Prince Magnum channel at the stroke of midnight will be taking a stand with several other channels. We are refusing to do content for 24 hours, thus cutting ad revenue from YouTube, from Twitch, and from other platforms that are classified, even though it's no longer, it technically no longer is classified in social media. And this includes, I imagine it's going to start continuing across the board. It started, absolutely. Thank you, Jamie. And a lot of us feel that it is about time that content creators start hitting these companies and start making them actually do something. And obviously, it's going to take the IP companies, because if you basically, it's like, it's one thing if you're protecting my IP address, but it's totally different if you're protecting someone who's hurting another human being. That's a whole nother ball game. So it's time. It's time us content creators took a stand. And basically, this is the announcement that I know normally on Wednesdays we do a little something. And I had it fully intended to do some cooking live streams. But when I heard about this, I'm like, I'm not cook. I'll be glad to cook, just not today on stream for, uh, in protest. Because as a matter of fact, Kelly, Miss Kelly will tell you. I understand, Zero. You're kind of getting your start again. So I will tell you all this, and Miss Kelly will attest to this. We just lost a friend not too long ago who went through a lot of trolliness. Had been on a reality TV show, and it wasn't even reality. No, these platforms aren't safe for the content creator anymore, and we have a right to demand our security. We have a right. Uh, Now, for the record, I will say that that does not mean that we give up more of our freedoms. It's time for the viewers to give up some of theirs. In other words, if you enjoy the content, you need to you need to understand that there needs to be laws enacted. There needs to be consequences. Yes. Um, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. We lost a friend who constantly went through trolling, and she was probably one of the sweetest people I had ever met in my life. Uh, as a matter of fact, she did a try not to laugh challenge with Cinnamon, and it was by far one of the greatest videos that this channel has ever released. And I didn't even know I was rubbing elbows with someone as famous as this wonderful woman, which the family is starting to tell her story, and that would be Gina. She was just one of those true beautiful souls that um, I've had the opportunity to talk with off camera, in FaceTime chats, and I will tell you that Gina was one of the sweetest ladies, I believe that one of them that I have ever met. Oh, I understand, Zero. I understand. So as of tomorrow, for 24 hours, the Prince Magnum channel will not be uploading any content of any sort in protest. Again, the trolling needs to stop, and this even includes those that think it's funny to, like over on TikTok, they'll mass report people, and that's got to stop too. Mm, absolutely. They don't have that right. They don't have that right, but they did. So in silent protest, I am one of this channel as one of the many. Adam, it's about trolls, people coming onto people's channels being hateful to the creator. Okay, you've seen this happen numerous times. Okay, you'll be in somebody's live stream and someone will come in and start putting nasty stuff in the comments and saying mean things to get under the skin of the person doing the show, right? Or just things that aren't proper. Okay, there's a certain etiquette that you're supposed to carry when you're in somebody's live stream, and in the case of absolutely, absolutely zero, you're dead on. You know, and a lot of us work our asses off. As a matter of fact, to build my channel where it's at, I've worked my ass off. Okay, my wife has worked her ass off to get this channel where it is today. But is it okay for someone to come in and be hateful towards me for all the hard work that I've done? It's no different than going into a McDonald's and or going into a department store like J.C. Penney and being rude to the person behind the counter. That is not okay. It's along the same lines. So for a lot of us that work hard, it is not okay to have people come in and be directly hateful to us. Big time celebrities in Hollywood have their own bodyguards to prevent people from running up and saying horrible stuff. Yeah, and stuff like that. So we're a lot of us creators are really sick and tired of it. Um, and I have, you know, myself personally, I really don't care. I put myself out there, if you will, playing the character of Cinnamon. I really put myself out there like that. Straight guy pretending he's not. Okay, let's face facts. But the thing of it is, okay, um, I know I'm really putting myself out there like that, but here's the thing, okay? I'm tough enough I can take it, okay? And I really don't care what other people have to say, the ones that really don't matter if you catch my meaning. If you're going to come here, and try to crap on the parade, I'm just going to ignore you or I'm going to say something witty that's going to make you embarrass yourself, for just being in my presence, okay? Um, absolute, well, I'll tell you what, Miss Kelly, you know, given enough time, people will see what it is that you do, and you do amazing content. We have folks right now. We have a lot of content creators from all walks of life. We've got Miss Kelly who does cooking shows and does her celebrity gossip stuff, and just amazing creator. Um, we have the Isolationist Network, Jamie, who does all sorts of amazing different content. And don't think I haven't been over there to see you, Jamie. You just didn't know it. I was in the corner watching it, watching at a distance, watching my boy work. Okay, and I tell y'all, he's an amazing. I mean, if you've ever been to one of his live streams, I mean, the energy level. I mean, y'all think I'm out there. The energy level that Jamie puts out there is just phenomenal. I mean, I do it with my projective voice and everything. And I mean, let me put it like this: I can whisper, and you could still hear me from across the room. Princess Faye gets on to me about it all the time. It's just the way my voice is. Jamie doesn't have to have that. He's got this energy and about him that's amazing. Zero, I've not seen any of his stuff, but he's been in my streams enough that I will tell you he's got a great personality. We have a lot of great content creators sitting in this in here right now. Absolutely, absolutely. We have a lot of gamers here. We have all walks of life that come to the Prince Magnum channel. Gaming, yeah, you do gaming, and I will tell you all that enough is enough. I mean, I understand if someone, oh, Jamie, you're awesome, man. You may not know it. Jamie, if you ever just see a random like just pop up in your stream and no one said a word, there's an excellent chance it was probably me. And a lot of times, the reason why I'm not chatting, it's not that I don't want to say hi or I'm being antisocial. It's a lot of times I'm working on something. I'm working diligent on on a video project of some sort, and I still want to be there to support you, but I got to do what I got to do too. So I try to be there to support everybody. So if you ever see a random like pop up, there's an excellent chance it's your mysterious Prince Magnum that's in the corner rooting you on, and you just didn't know it. Because I'll tell you what, you guys, a lot of us out there bust our asses for what little bit of YouTube and Twitch and TikTok that we got. We bust our asses. But it's time that these companies start taking a notice, and the VPN companies need to be a little bit more forthcoming with certain types of customers when this does come up. Because I actually had a troll, and I knew the guy, and I even knew where he lived. And Princess Faye regularly had to talk me out of going over and rearranging his face. Trust me, I don't wear the Punisher shirt just because I like the character, okay? I come from an old school, and I'm a Gen Xer, okay? And with us old Gen Xers, we will lay a hurting on somebody, okay? This kid knew it. And I said it kid because he's probably about 24 years old. And every time he's seen me, he knew it was crossing my mind if I should leave him beaten, bruised, broken, in other words, hospitalized. Okay, because there's much worse things, than we're talking permanently hospitalized with tubes sticking out everywhere. And yes, I would have beaten him to that point because I was sick and tired of him. Yeah. Absolutely. And there's a lot of us out there like that. So, I'm taking a stand for content creators around the world that have been trolled and trolled one too many times. Yep. And see, I'm kind of friends with Modern Warrior over there on TikTok. And what it is, it's the white supremacists here in the States. They don't want to hear that that this land doesn't. Okay, really quick, okay? I didn't want to get into Native American politics, if you will, even though technically it's not politics. Folks, okay, the United States government's not holding up the treaties with the Native American tribes. If they're not upholding the treaties, those treaties are null and void, meaning that that the Native Americans do have the right to wage war against the United States. It's that simple. Okay, it's that simple. And because they're running the pipelines where they're running them through Native American lands, which is a direct violation of our sovereign lands, that is considered an invasion. And because of the damage that it's doing to the water supply in the area and the surrounding ecosystems and to the families, it is considered. Absolutely. And the amount of land that we're actually allotted now, we're actually supposed to have more than that. Going by the treaties from the 1800s, we're supposed to have a lot more than that. The United States government keeps picking away at it. And then we won't even talk about the resources that they've taken off of already sovereign Native American lands. As a matter of fact, I'm actually from a tribe that's almost extinct. There's only a handful of us left. I'm actually from a tribe that's almost gone. So you are literally looking at an endangered tribe, basically a member of a tribe that's endangered. We're on the verge of extinction. You're actually looking at one of the last few remaining members, well, one of the last few remaining descendants of the Pima Indians. Irony here for you. The Pima Indians are called the River People. My people's reservation smack dab in the middle of the Arizona desert. That should tell you what the United States government. That's because there's so few of us left. There's so few of us left. My mom and I were actually supposed to go last year and reconnect with the tribe. I was 30 years old before I was told I was Native American. I still have family members on the reservation I've never met. And the reason why I never knew I was Native American is because we were told we were just Mexican on that side of the family, Latino. Because even in the 1930s, the treatment of Latinos was horrible here in the United States. Don't worry, Adam. It's one of those things that sometime I might have to sit you down and kind of explain in detail. You know, I know it's hard. I know it's hard. It's hard when you're pretty young, you know. Oh, no, no. As a matter of fact, the treatment of Native Americans was so bad. Let me put it like this. In the 1930s, my Native American family decided to pass themselves off as Latinos. And in the 1930s, the treatment of Latinos here in the United States was absolutely horrible. But it was still better than the treatment of Native Americans. Yep. It is. It is. Yeah, we're starting to learn more and more about um, the boarding schools. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we're learning more and more about the numbers of Native American children that were taken and put into Catholic boarding schools in the early 1900s. Currently, right now, they're exhuming several of the bodies of those Native American children. And at last count, I heard it was almost to 7,000 and from just one school. So if that should tell you, and that's in Canada, and here in the United States, they're avoiding the subject. And over on TikTok, there are, yeah, that's just in Canada. Canada is just as bad as the United States. I knew this already. Um, on top of that, here in the United States, our government has allowed worker camps to be near Native American reservations. They are now kidnapping female. They're kidnapping indigenous women of all ages, and the ones that we do find are usually, yep, uh, the ones that we do find are usually murdered. The other female indigenous women are usually being taken into Mexico, forced into the sex trade down in Mexico with the Mexican cartels. They're being kidnapped, forced into sex slavery in Mexico, and our United States government knows about this, but nobody's saying a thing. They won't do a thing about it. The reason why is because the United States government. This is a tactic they've done since the 1600s, when the white man was supposed to sit down at the treaty table with Native Americans. They oftentimes would assassinate Native American people, or they would kidnap one of the kids. When the warriors would go out to find one of the children from the tribe, the white man would come in and murder women and children. That's what the white man did to my people. Yeah, they let the trolls over on TikTok get away with it. That's why this channel will not be uploading any TikTok videos as well after midnight tonight for at least 24 hours. I don't know that much about it, but there may have been a reason for it. So, So because of the treatment of even Native Americans, it's something I would have to look up, to be honest with you. But um, it really brings us to the spot where, I mean, basically the Prince Magnum channel is taking part in this protest. I will not be uploading or doing any live streams tomorrow. I do apologize. Yeah. Um, so this is kind of a content creator um, protest across the board. And I will urge, but I won't. Basically, I'll urge you, but I will understand if you don't join me. For all you content creators in, there you go, Zero. I will be basically taking part in this protest, and fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. And I will ask that anyone who is able to, I know some of you guys got channels that you're trying to build, and taking that day off could possibly potentially hurt you. Um, I will understand if you can't, but I will urge every content creator out there to do the same, to stand tall in this protest. And I don't care how big your channel is. Absolutely. And of course, I know Miss Kelly, Gamerian, myself, and a few others out there have already, and the close knit group that I'm in, you know, we we're taking a stand. You know, but I will. It's one of those things. I'll urge you, but I won't. I won't. I won't. It's like you got to do this. No, if you can do it, do it. If you can't, I understand. At least stand with us in spirit, if you will, and while you're streaming, talk about it, because the trolling has to stop. It needs to stop. That is kind of the and I ask everyone else, for the creators that aren't able to. Yeah, absolutely. I will say this. I will also urge all the content creators out there that are in a position where they can't, um, they're unable to not, basically someone's in a position where they have to take that day, they have to work that day, they have to go live, or they have to upload that content. Okay? If you're in that position, I ask that all of the other content creators out there not look down their noses at you. Okay? I know some creators out there, they have to put that content out, whatever reason. If they feel they have to do it, and kind of, if you will, cross that protest line, I don't think it wouldn't be right, because it would make us no better than the trolls out there that we're protesting against if we look down our noses at them. Okay, they are still our brothers and sisters in the content creator community. So I ask that everyone still show our brothers and sisters in the content creator community the same respect that they deserve. I know there's some of them out there that don't deserve much respect. There's a few folks in the content creator community that I think we all agree need a good bitch slapping. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of them out there that just did good bitch slapping. I'm sorry. I can think of a couple that I've run into over the years. I think about four. And I've met a lot of you out there. Met a lot of you. Four. Who really deserve. Mommy and daddy didn't bust their butt enough. That's all I can say. But from here, I'm going to slide over onto Save the World for a little while, but I will not be streaming. I'm probably not even going to record a frickin' thing, because, like I said, I'm taking a strong stance on this. I will upload one of the bonus videos from to TikTok from, Cinnamon's folder, because Cinnamon has pretty well taken over my TikTok channel. But after that, after midnight, this channel goes quiet in a quiet protest against trolls being let off the hook. There needs to be a change. I'm going to say about getting some of my ventures done, for one, and for two, which my ventures are pretty well done, but it's mostly just grinding, seeing if I can get the last couple of superchargers that's left. If not, don't worry about it. I ain't worried. I'm just there to get the stuff. Basically get the looty loot. And I'm probably going to do regular grinding as well, storyline stuff. So, if you're on zero, I'll drag you along. But for the evening, um, normally whenever, as I'm getting ready to sign off for the night, there you go. As I get ready to sign off for the night, um, I want to take a moment. Normally at this point in time, I just kind of say some usual stuff, and you all are pretty well used to it. But times like this, I think I only need to say one thing, only one thing. Times like this when we have to take a stand, and that's just one thing. So just hang on to this one thing, and that is, if no one's told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.